raining again. Not that much snow down here this year, huh? Let's see if the rain continues all the way to the New Year's. Alright, what did I read today? I guess this first one was kind of interesting. This is a lot of people's fear where you use a lot of cameras and text in your home. What if somebody takes control of it? This one says, doesn't sue Amazon's Ring after camera hack leads to threats and racial slurs. So apparently this happened last year where a lot of people's Ring cameras got compromised. So the person was able to access the video feeds and even speak through the speakers. Kind of spooky, huh? And so with that, I guess a lot of people decided to sue the company in some kind of class action lawsuit. Dozens of people who say they were subjected to death threats, racial slurs, and blackmail after their in-home Ring smart cameras were hacked are suing the company over horrific invasions of privacy. A new class action lawsuit, which combines a number of cases filed in recent years, alleges that lax security measures at Ring, which is owned by Amazon, allowed hackers to take over their devices. Ring provides home security in the form of smart cameras that are often installed on doorbells or inside people's homes. And people did publish videos of this. For example, there's some where kids are in their room and someone's saying like, hey, I'm Santa Claus and all that. And it makes you wonder too whether or not this is a security flaw or if it's based on default permission settings. Because I know this actually happens with just regular home security cameras actually. People just use the default passwords and IDs and then someone remotely actually has full access to the camera. I know sometimes there's news reports where they do that. They actually just visit people and tell them, do you know that people can watch you all over the internet and all that because you have the default password? For myself, I always had the habit when it comes to electronic devices to actually just kill the power completely if I don't need it. For example, I know people with computers, they'll actually leave it idle or they'll just turn it off. I actually just kill the whole power plug. And I read this one was kind of interesting. How about a drone for cowboys? This one says, meet Joe, the drone that herds cattle or camels. Two Israeli cowboys introduced drone technology to save time and manpower in the rugged business of cattle or camel ranching. It's one of the most iconic images of the Wild West, a cowboy herding his cattle on the open plain. Noam Azran is an Israeli version of the classic cowboy, a passionate rancher living in the Upper Galilee. But he's ready to give up the romance of the open plain for technology that will reduce his herding costs and give him time with his family. Azran's company, Be Free Agile, is developing Joe, an autonomous drone system Azran has dubbed the world's first click and herd solution, or if you will, cowboy as a service. So in looking at their company's site, it seemed like it's a Mavic 2 Enterprise, the older one, and they use this to essentially guide various herds of animals and so forth. And it says here like what? The system is set up with the parameters of your operation, pastures, fences, gates, water through natural boundaries. And then the herding, it seemed like it was mostly just a regular Mavic 2 Enterprise, but they customized the software, I guess you could say. I guess it's kind of the lazy way to do it. It says, select the pasture you want to work, select the destination, input recommend route, press go, stay within 5 kilometers. And then it says, sit comfortably in your air-conditioned truck as Joe does all the hard work, mustering your cows in the right direction. It apparently saves them a lot of time. It says, we went from needing to hire 2 or 3 hands on the ranch to it just being the 2 of us, Azran says. Instead of working 16, sometimes 18 hours a day, we were able to work just 10 to 12 hours a day. It's kind of interesting reading this too, because I even wonder, nowadays with so many people treating these drones as if you're flying some kind of huge airplane, what if it's flying by itself autonomously? Does someone still need, for example, like all these certifications and all that? It says, to get them to become professional drone pilots was not the solution. We realized that we needed to create an autonomous system if we were going to commercialize this. And as they implied, they're quote, cowboys, not IT people. Because they have things like that new Skydio, if you guys remember, for construction sites, it's supposed to autonomously go around, capture pictures, and then go back into its dock in order to recharge it. Like there, would you actually require someone in the construction area to be a certified drone pilot, for example, to be able to operate that? Because I would imagine that's the way of the future. People throwing stuff like this, doing things autonomously for you. The previous story of home security cameras, that's probably what people are going to use. I mean, it already exists in many cases, with drones flying outside going around the home, although it seems really impractical in my opinion. You might as well just have a bunch of security cameras. Although funny enough, they say they're cowboys, not IT people, which the concern would be you have to be super tech savvy. if you're like here in Canada, I think you'd have to worry about answering all these over-the-top questions about airplanes and all that are completely unrelated. Hypoxia for them, huh? No flying today. I guess it's time for the archive. Alright, see you guys later.